So I don't get diplomatic favor from Renaissance walls, but I do get 3 tourism from them. So that's fun. Oh, I have to 186 tourism per turn. What did I say? I need to be about twice what Brazil is. We're not quite there at the moment. We will be there soon. And I'm going to start getting 1 builder every turn from my 6 builder city of Radiatore as well. Just spreading the love, spreading the faith love. A good faith build is just so consistent. That's what I think I'm realizing in all of this practice. If you can get a good faith setup, the consistency just makes everything worth it. This city has no housing, but don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Garrett Gowan. +3 holy site. Yummy. Chop that out as soon as we can. And curator. Why did I not have that in my city? Guess I was working on a bunch of other stuff. Busy on other things, you know. I had other projects. More space for writing. Up to 200 tourism. Don't worry. It's only going to go up. Before I put this park down again, I'm just going to have a little look around and see if there's anywhere easy that I can convert. I have to start removing a couple of improvements if it's too difficult. I have improved a lot of stuff. Hey, question. Why is this appeal 0? That shouldn't be 0. There's a mountain and 2 forests next to it. What's causing bad appeal? I have no idea. That's really strange. Huh. Well, okay. Don't worry about it. We'll start planting forests over here. I think we can get some more space in that direction. Here's one. There's one. There's one down there as well. Callum Billy's got one. Exist if you look for them. This is the stage of the game where I wish we had gone Feed the World over work ethic. I think the point of inflection is about turn 50. I'm looking at Glorious Petra and I'm thinking this would be a population 20 city with Feed the World. And that's going to massively help for tourism later in the game. You can make both strategies work. I do like the speed that work ethic gets going at the beginning of the game. Like, I can't deny it's really good. It's a lot of fun. And what can I say? It's wonderful. It's brilliant. Just need to keep working on it. Lord Rich, if you have all of this is a national park next turn. Start putting woods down over here as well. Suddenly that's a national park. You know what? Sometimes I just think the lenses are lying. Look, that wasn't 0 at all. That was +3. Yeah, I thought so. I was looking at that thinking that can't be right. Like this one as well. That's saying 0. That's not 0 at all. It's got woods next to it. Something's wrong with this appeal lens. I'm glad I spotted that. That's really satisfying for me because I was like, I swear that's not right. Vindicated. Absolutely vindicated. Samarkand, 2 envoys there, and I'll have the Kilwa bonus, but for gold, which is nice. And we just met someone else. Fairs. Oh, science if I convert people. Hello. That is quite exciting. Almost down at Puppeteer now, just to make sure that Chinguetti never leaves me ever. Don't even think about it. Don't even try. Industrialization. 1 turn factory. That's quite quick. Sure. Again, don't complain. Just do. Just accept. Just say okay. Sure. If you want to give me that, you're very welcome to, game. Not going to complain. I'm not going to argue. I'm just gonna take it. I don't think it makes sense for me to do anything other than just beeline flight now. Stirrups boosted. Astronomy is not boosted. Banking boosted. Scientific theory boosted. Flight is not boosted. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Felipe was going to build Ruhr Valley in Glorious Petra. That's why you were waiting there. Good to know. Just make sure the factory is sorted first before we do that. I didn't actually discuss where the coal was. So that's in a national park, which means it's wasted. That is under a lumber mill, which I could salvage at the cost of a little bit of tourism. That's under a national park. Wasted. That one is not, but it would ruin a national park. And that's under a national park. So as coal goes, we have mucked this up royally. We've absolutely not optimized this at all. Oh well, what are you going to do? Still buying stupas. I wish I had the letter in this game. I won't lie. It'd be a really, really good way of using just this last bit of faith every turn. Not that I think it's possible to use this last bit of faith because my faith is outrageous. Brazil has declared war on Preslav. Goodness me, it's that time of the game again when all the city-states just start getting mowed down for no reason whatsoever. Oh, Vilnius. That is a cultural city-state. Whoops, there's another holy site that's going to get destroyed. Oh, the holy site survived though. Amazing. It's just everything in it broke. Oh no, just the stupa broke. Oh well, all right then. That's good. 2 more national parks. 1, the grand city of Lordridge. Garrett Gowan has its 2nd. And now my mission is kind of just to keep settling cities that are likely to be able to pick up new ones. Mama Andy, you see this rainforest? It's all gotta go. It's all gotta go. Get it out of here. Archaeologist with faith. That's something I can do with my faith. Yes, as we get more archaeological museums, we'll get more and more opportunities to do that. Every now and then I check in just to see where all of the available trade routes are because it quite is possible that I've missed something. There's somebody that I could trade with that gives me more tourism. It'd be quicker if I had open borders. As I mentioned before, we're just trying to practice doing it without open borders. See if it's even possible. It's time to get some artifacts. Delicious artifacts. Oh no, wait, we're not eating them today. We're not playing Congo. I was like that. Artifacts somehow give us food. Don't ask, just accept. A new city. This one's great. Oh wait, no it's not. It's legally trash. Haha. The power begins. There's Ruhr Valley with a charge from Filippo to speed it up. It's going to make my capital pretty productive. Urbanization will give me neighborhoods. Good source of very, very well-needed housing. You can see the coal power is now beginning to pop up around my lands. Puppeteer. Haha. Try and take Chinguetti now. It's not going to work. Didn't think so. And here is Anshan. A little bit of extra science on all of my great works. Yay! Might as well celebrate with just a little purchase of some great works of writing. Let's get more into my empire. Still making national parks, by the way. Even if we have to hand build them by planting forests, we're doing it. Norway doesn't want the alliance anymore. Boo! Norway, you suck. There's no other way of putting it. You just do. Oh, Ruhr Valley got built. Oh, I thought that one was a dead cert. I even had a charge of my great engineer on it. Boo. Never mind. There's other stuff we can do like Taj Mahal, Hermitage. It's the principle. I think that's what it is. It's the principle of the matter. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you take that from me? I'm going to build a sanctuary quickly because it's going to give me 4 amazing tiles. These tiles are now all beautiful because of all the forests I've been planting. Which is what I do, you know? I'm just a forest planter. Never may it be said that I'm not. Start undoing improvements, replacing them just with forests. I think colossal heads give tourism, don't they? Let me just remind myself. Tourism from Faith 1 Flight is discovered, yes. And they just have to be adjacent to woods. So colossal heads are going to be something that I put down on other tiles. Excellent. Excellent. But look at these national parks in the meantime. Oh, they are just delightful. In fact, look at this. Let's just keep building them. You just have to dream of an empire full of national park. Or up to 700 faith on each one. They are getting very expensive. You'd think if I was sensible, I'd stop building them. Luckily for everyone here, I'm not sensible. Okay, Norway does want to be my ally, so we're going to just keep the alliance with them. It's a consistent, you know? It's just like a constant thing that doesn't really change as we go through the game. I was offered friendship there. I'm going to say no, but if I was playing a game and someone offered me friendship, I'd be like, sure, go through it. Have an alliance. I think maybe that's my strategy. If there's no alliance limit, if you're only allowed a certain many alliances, it doesn't really matter. But if you can have as many alliances as you want, oh, I think I'm just going to take them and go for open borders and trades and all that sort of lovely stuff. Oh, yes. It's delightful. It's wonderful. Flight. Oh, it's going to make such a difference. It's going to be huge. But we need to make sure that all of my cities are at least 10 pop. And the ones that I can get to 20 pop, like Glorious Petra, they need to get up there as well. Because, I mean, it's absolutely mad. Absolutely mad how much extra tourism you get from the Prasat if it's possible. More national parks. Here we go. An enemy spy succeeded in sabotaging the industrial zone. It's that time of the game again. And this is one unfortunate thing about playing with Roman Holidays mod. The spies tend to go for projects that hit you, the player, very, very hard. It's okay. Don't worry. We're ready for it. We just need to start building some actual spies. We'll be fine. We will front up to it. We'll make sure that we don't back down. 422 tourism now. I'm starting to build walls up. As many walls as we can get. Let's fix the workshop now. We'll start to produce spies imminently. All of this wood is just totally planted. Look at this. More national park space. You can make your own. You don't need to be restrained or contained to what the game gives you. Just do it all yourself. I'm still making settlers as well. Again, there's really no problem or point here. I don't need to be making as many settlers. I just kind of, when you give me 1,500 faith per turn, I can't help myself, you know? It's just what happens. It's like over here. It's like I'm just starting to now make even more forests for no good reason whatsoever. More tourism. More, I say. More. Marina will help in a city with a bunch of national parks. So let's put you into retrospect. Yeah, here you go. There's going to be plenty in this city. You know, the more I think about it, the more I need to decide whether or not to put down more and more national parks or to embrace the power of the colossal head. It is just there and it's ready to be used. This area is just being a bit of a pain. Got too many industrial zones and random pieces of rainforest. Such as this can go. I can just go like that. Okay, there you go. Look, we found some space. You know what? Is there anything more satisfying than what I'm doing now? Just carpet bombing my land with endless national parks. bucks? I don't think there is. Even just having a single forest on a tile means that it has 3 faith, which means that's going to be worth 3 tourism per tile. It's huge. Musician. Don't have any space for music at the moment. I'm sorry. My lands don't understand the concept of music. We are a silent nation. This is city number 20. So we've actually gone for the maximum amount of cities that I thought I would this game. Minnow, it's all yours. There's so much rainforest to chop down in this city. Oh my lord. I am truly spoiled for choice. Caguana. Ooh, that's another city-state that can put down a tourism improvement, but alas, 9 envoys in that one means that it would be pretty difficult to grab for myself. We'll have to just learn to live without that one, I think. But ideology means that we'll lose the double wall building card. Do I need to go down this way? I guess this unlocks professional sports, which is ski resorts, as well as rock bands, but I could go cultural heritage first, which I will do. Let's try cultural heritage first, because I think there's a possibility I could theme a building this turn, which would be very, very fun. I need to work on my definition of fun, I think. And you know you've been playing this game for too long. Oh, my culture is dominant over someone. Who? Ethiopia and Portugal. Oh, unfortunate for both of you. I still don't think I'm actually gaining fast enough to catch Brazil up. Just remember this, we're currently 40 tourists behind Brazil. We'll see this line beginning to creep up, but Brazil is the one that is dictating everything. So 40 behind. Although flight might help with this, I won't lie. Especially because we've got a lot. That's a 7 faith colossal head. Oh yeah, these are going to be big tiles. Don't remember the last time I actually used this city-state. It's quite fun. Again, I've said it, quite fun. What is my definition of fun? Oh, I can't lie. You and I, audience, we're here watching a Civ video in our free time. I'm making a Civ video. I can't say that I'm cool. Oh, I accidentally themed something. Yay! That's a lot of tourism and some bonus science. I always forget the science that I get from the Anshan bonus is actually themed as well. It's quite good. I was going to say fun for a second. Everything's fun in a world where Ursa has no more words. 18 faith per trade route in my capital at the moment. Pretty effective, I think. So my capital is now fixed, but I know the spies are out there, so let's just spend a couple of turns making spies. I was thinking of throwing them into city-states, but to be honest, I don't want Pingala killed, and I don't want to keep having to fix my industrial zone, so they'll stay in. Forced to play defensive. How could you, AI? How could you do this to me? 500 tourism. I don't remember the last time I hit 500 tourism before hitting flight. The faith income in this game has been nothing short but miraculous. I'd forgotten just how much the Khmer can produce. Now, sure, I have 4 faith city-states. That is a huge amount. But there's an extra 6 faith per holy site, so 24 faith per holy site, and I've got maybe 20 rockins. That's like another 500 faith, but even then, we would still be over 1,000, even if I didn't have those city-states. That's the mad thing. Flight. 500 goes to 631. Now, all tourism from my tile improvements is now switched on. So if we look at the tourism lens, you will start to see things like Colossal Heads now producing 7 because of the faith on that tile. This one will give 4, this one will give 4. But equally, my Prasat will now also be generating tourism. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, plus 10. So we'll have a few of those. Not many of my cities have got to 10 pop, but enough of them have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cities, and we're working on it. We'll keep pushing that one. I'm proud of it though. There's a lot of extra tourism on this map now. We did gain 5 tourists on Brazil last turn. Nice. Or maybe we are starting to catch up nice and quickly. Well, now that we've got flight, let's unlock radio to give us both seaside resorts and broadcast centers, and then we'll go for computers to give ourselves 25% bonus tourism. A new national park. Never stop making them. The counter spying has begun as well. We'll start in the city center itself, and then we'll work out to the industrial zone. Cultural heritage and steam power. Now, cultural heritage is fun because in theory you can put heritage tourism into your government, which I'm gonna do just to make sure we're eking out the maximum amount of tourism we can from everything in my nation at the moment. There's a few archaeological museums now that have just finished last turn, so we'll make sure that we buy the archaeologists for those, like over here in Kalambili. Excellent news. So we're making all the walls up in these cities. Christopher Dentor, that's a good wonder. That's the sort of wonder that I should build because it means that my religious tourism has full effect. The Falcon also has an archaeologist need. Go over to Aksum, a city that is again falling to me. Ethiopia, I don't know what your settling is all about, but today it is not not worked out for you. It has not worked out at all. More culture needed. I think Theatre Square is getting extra adjacency bonus based on my alliance. I'm going to actually improve that with Norway pretty soon. 517 culture. Keep working on that. Look at this fleet of settlers I have just rocking about. Where are they going to settle? Does anyone know? The short answer is no. We have no idea. We just have to hope and understand that they settle somewhere beneficial. In the meantime, making +7 colossal heads. These are fun. Jerusalem, how dare you betray me like that? Why? Why would you move on? Why would you attempt to go and do something different? I object on principle. Ooh, the spy failed. It wasn't even my counter spying. It just failed because the spy failed. That was a spy from China. Wu Ziqian actually gets an advantage. +2 levels of offensive missions or +1? I can't remember. It's a big bonus, whatever it is. So that's unlucky for China. That's Ursa level spy luck. 1 level higher. Okay, so it's only 1 level higher. I thought for a second it was 2. It should have been 2 because then she would have been really powerful, but I'm almost glad it's not, to be honest with you. This industrial zone is clearly still being targeted though. So there's the spy. We're counter spying. Jerusalem is now back ours. Get back here, you. More cities. There's 1 there, 1 here. And I guess we'll move south as well. Magnus, move yourselves down to the front line. I don't suspect we'll finish many of these cities out. I'm not naming these ones because, to be honest with you, I'm not expecting them to be particularly relevant before the end of the game. I'm just settling them out of pure habit, I guess. Do I have a problem? No, not at all. I don't have a problem when it comes to overbuilding cities. Perfectly natural. It's a perfectly normal and wonderful amount of cities. So the merchants have now gone round. This is wonderful. We're looking for Sarah Breedlove. As merchants go, she's pretty awesome for a tourism victory. 25% extra tourism towards civilizations I have a trade route to. At the moment, that is Brazil, Norway, and Ethiopia. That's it. We actually don't have a trade route with Australia. They've stopped trading with me, and I totally missed that. I think there's a market finished very soon. In fact, I'm just going to rush that through. That's why it's pretty good to have a bunch of spare gold lying around. The ordering of Bolshoi theatre is going to be quite interesting here. Wow, we stopped 2 spies in that turn. Blimey, people are gunning for us. This is 2 randomly chosen 3 civics, and I'm just about to finish ideology. And I don't have a lot of gaps in my tree. Oh, we haven't got naval traditional exploration. But if ideology finishes, we might get given either one of the governments or something like professional sports or Cold War if we get really lucky. But I don't know which one we're going to pick up. There's radio, there's ideology, exploration was one of the 3 ones, and then professional sports. Okay, so we did actually get one after ideology. So it loaded this into the game first and then gave me a 3-1. Amazing. Stadiums and aquatic centers both actually give quite a lot of tourism. Not as much as the Prasat though. This makes you really appreciate how good the Prasat is. That's 10 tourism for population 10 and 20 for population 20. A stadium is only 2 and 5. An aquatic center barely gives any at all, but what it does do is make your cities super happy. We also now have broadcast centers. Start to put some of those down. Up to 800 tourism. We are generating more tourism from our colossal heads now than I think we are from our national parks. I'm pretty sure. Beginning to add up pretty well. There's the trade route to Brisbane. I don't think China, Netherlands, Babylon, Zulu, Portugal, I don't think any of these are possible unless something's changed. No on Netherlands, no on Zulu, no on China, no on Portugal, no on Babylon. Fine. What I could do is just send a settler on a huge mission and settle somewhere randomly on the other side of the map. What that would do is give me another place to put a bunch of trade routes from, but I don't necessarily need that. Next up, Cold War, then rapid deployment, then environmentalism. Oh, and by the way, if you hadn't noticed, I'm still making national parks. That's why I'm 41 era score over what I need. It's pretty good. Oh, counter spies with 2 levels more experience is good, but polygraph. Enemy spies in my lands operate at 1 level below usual. That's even better. That's the sort of thing we enjoy. So we were 40 behind. Now we are 29. So we are gaining, but Brazil keeps getting random bursts, I assume, from when they complete civics. Anything that gives them these inspirations. Oh, literally my spy was out for 1 turn because it was just getting promoted. Look, there he is. There's Dara. Why? Why did you leave the city? Why did you do it? Go on, go and counter spy this smoldering ruin and think about what you've done. Disappointed in you. We're even managing to take up shipwrecks at the moment. Mogadishu. If you ever see any city-state on the list of artifacts, always go for city-states because they're the most difficult to get duplicates of. Never gone wrong with that little trick. Just gonna pinch this Renaissance era general quickly because she gives envoys. Envoys are my friend in this game. Envoys are the sources of all of my yields, the source of all of my power. Look at the borders of Chungati. It's like somebody stuck 20 envoys in there. Who could have done that? Nobody knows. So fun fact, the number of envoys from the leader, the person who has got the most envoys in a city-state, they not only determine how big the borders of a city-state are, but they also give the city-state this defensive bonus. If I just take a unit and I show you the combat, do you see that plus 20 from outside influence on their defense? That is because they have 20 envoys. So the more that you protect a city-state, the more you can actually bring its defensive strength up. It's one of these really lesser known mechanics, but you really don't get to see that often because it's not really that useful. Up until the point where you see, I don't know, 80 envoys in the same city-state because someone's gone a bit mad on owls. And suddenly you're like, oh, that's a big number. Like, yes, it is a big number, and that's why. Beethoven, go and spread your music, quite literally, into my lands. Do I bother getting anyone else? I could get Joplin, but I think I'll leave it for now. Just keep saving my faith for the merchants. The merchants are who I need. We're now 30 behind Brazil. Brazil has increased their domestic tourism and they keep getting boosts. So we're not actually catching them at the moment. We've overcaught everyone else, but not Brazil. So maybe computers will help with this one. This is my last turn of monumentality as well. So we'll just treat myself to a few more builders, especially in any city that hasn't got all of the improvements down. Have you ever wondered about how ridiculous Jerusalem is in this game though? Being able to spread your religion at 4 times pressure because they're holy cities. Well, that means if I randomly look at Radiatore, I'm currently getting 176 religious pressure every turn. 176. That's why all of my cities are spreading and gaining my religion within a turn. All I have to do is found them. In fact, everyone on my borders is now gaining my religion, and I haven't done anything. It just is. Oh wow, this lens accidentally stuck on whilst the volcano animation was on there. I'm glad the game didn't crash. Industrial era, no more monumentality. I know, what a shame. Let's go reform the coinage. I don't own any campuses. The gold is good. Candy and Laventa, both of them just stolen from me in the same turn. Dear oh dear. Let's ban sabotage production. Let's double merchant points because I'm running quite a few of these. I'm going to throw all of my favor in on this one and see if I can get it through. What's probably going to do is it's probably going to ban it. Actually, banning it would also help. I won't lie, that would also be a good positive outcome for me. Double great scientists and no great work heists. Okay, fine. We're up to 1,215 tourism now that we have computers. Now on tech, we just rush biosphere and hope that we can get there in time. Environmentalism. Actually, I can't believe we're already at environmentalism. That's fantastic. Oh, trade routes. Here's the trade route to the Dutch. Excellent. You'll like that. I think I saw other trade routes as well. Might have turned a tourism corner, a metaphorical and literal tourism corner. Annoyingly, Laventa disappearing means that I can't put more of these colossal heads down. What are my builders going to do now? That's all they were doing. Dear oh dear. One thing I am resisting, which I really should do, is sending rock bands over. I really should send rock bands over. I'm just not going to. If I was really up against it, I probably would, but I just don't like rock bands. So I'm rather saving my faith for something really reliable, like great merchants. Taj Mahal. If I ever had a golden age problem, now I don't, because I get basically infinite era score. It's the fact that it works every time you make a national park. That's the one that makes me laugh. Oh, engineers are being taken. I think I do want the +1 appeal to tiles. Weirdly, that's quite helpful for me. And I am going to treat myself to Goddard, mainly to stop anyone else from having him. That's why you have a huge bank of faith. Just swoop in anytime we want and steal it. So Ethiopia has decided to go to war with Chungati. Reason for this is unclear, but this is the source of most of my power, this city-state. This is the time of the game where I start to look at Ethiopia and I start going, no, I reject this. I think you shouldn't be attacking the city-state. Oh, Hagia Sophia. Just buying that because I can. Environmentalism, now pushing my tourism above 1,500, which means I'm now getting a tourist every time with Brazil. That brings them down to 1.6 tourists per turn, and it means that I'm basically now getting about 5 or 6 tourists every turn. Yeah, we should be able to win this, I think, by closing in on turn 100. Yeah, at this stage, I can actually decide to just stop and bowl you over. What units could I buy with faith? Pike and shot, crossbows, knights. I think knights might be quite fun. So let's start to buy some of these units. As soon as we're ready, we'll go in and we will just destroy. Now we just need social media for that extra little boost to tourism. There we go. Now we can theme stuff. All of these themed museums. This is the good thing about going to archaeological museums so early in the game, is that you get a bunch of very early artifacts. I was sat in the medieval age when most of these happened, so there's only two options. Very good for theming, unless you're playing Sweden, in which case you're just like, I theme everything because I can. Cristo Redentor. Holy cities give extra tourism. Amazing. Seaside resorts, less of a thing, but relics. No longer are they shielded from the AI by rationalism. No, look at this. Yes, we boosted everything up. So lots of these civs are now above 2,000 per turn. In fact, Norway is 2,500 per turn. All great to see. All absolutely fantastic to see. In fact, we can start now getting merchants and see if we can boost this a little bit further. Rockefeller's not the one we need. Raffles isn't the one we need. Okay, we'll just keep waiting. We're just burning through these. Unbelievably, I'm actually joint second in science with Babylon. We're only 5 techs behind Australia. And people keep going for the sabotage production option. It's like I say, you gotta get up earlier than that. Although what's gonna happen is now gonna go through next turn. Force modernization. Getting a little distracted down here by the idea of running Ethiopia through with some very, very powerful units. Look at all these. Yes, yes, more, I say. How much iron have I actually got? I'm running out of iron, no doubt. Oh, they attack so well. You know, if this rolls well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Taurus next turn. I should win next turn. Whoa, it's going to be before turn 100. That's so much faster than my science victory. Wow, interesting, especially because now I could just lean into science if I wanted to. Maybe this is the build. Is this how we play? Is this what we do? I don't know, but it's exciting. It's what it is. If we go turn 99, we have the victory, but that's just perfectly enough time to make sure that we can give Ethiopia one last lesson. So what I'm going to do, Lord Rich, barracks into armory, Camp Military Academy. I was gonna try really just cranking up the strength on my city defenses, but never mind. There's the field cannon. So now my cities are doing a little bit of damage. I'm gonna go to Ethiopia. I'm gonna realize that they're allied to a lot of people, including people that I really, really need the tourism from. Looking at you, Brazil. Interesting. How do I get around this? So you're allied to Zulu. Zulu is allied to a bunch of people as well. Okay, so I can't declare war on Zulu and call them in. We might have to just declare war on Brazil and Zulu. Fine. Denounce protectorate war. AKA, you're killing my city-state, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yes, I know. So they get pushed out of Chungeti's lands. That's unfortunate for you. I'll start praying in field cannons over here. Aksum is their own city. If that gets killed a little bit, big whoop. Who cares? But I've got all of these units that can now just kill Ethiopians. Oh yes, including these now armies. Oh, 81 strength. This is where I go, okay, I'm just attacking you with a powerful force. What are you going to do? Oh look, we can actually add a proposal to declare an emergency anyway. That would have been easier. I think this city-state is very protected now, and it would only take me a few turns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns, roughly, call it about 8 turns to have artillery and tanks, at which point we would just go, oh, boom, 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 11 extra cities for me, thank you very much, very kind of you. But we don't need to worry about any of that, because there is the turn 99 victory. I tell you what, if I did rock up to some charity game and did that, I don't think many people would be particularly happy. It's pretty brutal. We've got a long way to go. There's still a lot of practicing to do, but that has given me a bunch of confidence. Buildings constructed, you can see that we constructed everybody into the floor. Cities captured, none. Cities founded, that's a pretty big line. That all came from quite a slow start. I didn't put my second city until maybe turn 30. Sometimes it just makes sense to stick on 4 cities, 1 city then 4, and then just wait until you've got the economy and then go. Districts constructed, very high. Most of those were holy sites, to be honest with you. Great people earned. Brazil was just the pain. It was actually really good to have Brazil in this game because Brazil stole a bunch of great people that I would have normally been able to claim. So I'm glad they did that so aggressively. It taught me to not be too reliant. Culture, yeah, we took the lead on that before turn 50. We're about turn 55. Faith, nobody could keep even close to me on faith. Gold, you could see towards the end of the game I was quite rich. Science, we took the lead on turn 80. Governors, a lot. That's a useless graph. Religions, I got my religion on about turn 20. Pretty quick. I'm getting more and more happy with my ability to rush a religion. Units killed. I only killed 2 units at the end of the game. Units lost. 0. What a peaceful game. And wonders. I built a few wonders. If anything, I built too many. Towards the beginning of the game, anyway. Look at what China's been up to. Wow, that's a lot of units. That feels like too many units. Let's hope that doesn't happen in the game. This is what I was going to do last turn, by the way. I was going to get the military academy in and then pray in an army of field cannons. And what that would do is then set the city defenses to attack with 77 strength. So we'd be able to just destroy everything. Wasn't quite able to do that, but never mind. 87 strength Curacao army. Yeah, now beeth the time of the game where we would just go on a rampage. So how did that go? I liked my Thor City setup. I liked the work ethic holy sites. They had a good early game advantage. I think going for trade routes, especially as soon as we saw Chinguetti in the game, although we didn't get a huge bonus from that until probably late game. It just meant that we had a little bit of gold trickling in, but mainly it was the faith income. That was very strong. And we went from 4 cities to about 15 in the medieval era. Was able to spread out really quickly towards the end of the game. Obviously the Prasats were giving us a bunch of tourism in every city that we didn't have to worry about, but you can see the tiles that are working better than others. Like this is a holy site. That's the Prasat. That's all about the Prasat. Theatre Square. Apadana did okay. I guess because it had a lot of great works in it. This Colossal Head already has a tourist. Yeah. I slept before on how strong Leventa was. If I see Leventa again and I'm going for a conservation rush build where you're able to put your own woods down, well, that could be incredibly strong. I have retained that information for now. Hey, if you're one of the magnificent people that has liked this video and all the other videos in the series and you subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. Thank you to the channel supporters for helping me to monster the algorithm. Your support is always appreciated. And thank you to everybody on Discord. At the time of filming, we're so close to 20,000 members. Will you be the 20,000th member? I don't know. There's never a way we could tell. This has been a lot of fun. I've got to run now. There's another series for me to film, so I will see you next time. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Radiatore, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Cruston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Twin Cam Inferno, Martin S, Minnow, Sorta Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Poppy Dude, Dan Jamo. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye.